Okie dokie. G'day. I'm still trying to find some of the settings. Anyway, I'm Roz, for those of you who know me already, as the founder of Memoir Press, and I'm here tonight on a Sunday, the 28th of September, just to do a few, like half an hour-ish of the memoir writing and just be here to show you the Scrivener and that part of it. So I'm going to pop that into, far out, I've got so many things that are doing silly stuff. Right. So here we are with our screen. It's supposed to be sharing my Scrivener screen. Oh, now what's happened? Has it? Is it? I'm hoping so. Yes, there we go. And I'm in the corner up here. So, hi everyone. Now, what we've done so far, I think I've got the wrong glasses on, but that's all right. What we've done so far is, this is the Memoir test site. Well, I'm calling it a test. As you can tell from the title here, at the top, this is the Memoir. And I've done it into the three parts of part one is the early years, as you can tell. Part two is the adult years, and part three here is the twilight years. I haven't got anything in the twilight years. I've just got some of the chapters ready to go. So what I wanted to do was just add a few more snippets here in various of these. I'm just going to write them as I go. And if I need to comment, I will probably be talking. Otherwise, I'll just be writing. So, and here I'm just going to do something, getting in tune with my body. Okay. Now, so I'm just going to be writing snippets as I'm going along. And as far as I'm aware, I should be able to click backwards and forwards into my Soul software, because I've got that. That's supposed to be sharing screen. I'm getting the mirror effect here. It's not. It's sharing the entire screen. Hold on a sec. I've got to change something here. A setting in my. I had it sorted yesterday, and it's not doing it right. That is supposed to be a screen share. Screen share option. I wasn't using it as an overlay. Why is it doing this? My apologies, everyone. It is an overlay. Yeah, the setting is supposed to give me the option to choose which one I'm sharing. Does it go back to the... Oh, okay, it's doing the full screen or something. Okay, I can't pop back to other screens. Okie dokie, here we go. It's frustrating. How do I monitor that? Let me have a look-see. I'm just going to have a look at my YouTube.
The American late night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel.
Okie dokie. Let me see. Social, is that YouTube? No. Just trying to do some swaps. I don't think I can swap. Can I swap channels? No. No. Well, I'm finding out a few things on a phone with YouTube. And I'm wanting to swap to a different channel, and can I do that? No. Or can I? Nope. Okay. Well, I learnt that. Okie doke. Right. Maybe during the early years of my adult life that I began having some health issues. I'm going to list a few of them here as bullet points so I can come back and do some heavy edits and additions when they come to mind. Now this here, I'm just going to actually take this out of this particular section, and I thought what I might need to do is place that as one of my notes here. So this is the notes where it's in the full bit there, but I can actually add a particular note here. I just add the new text document, and I'm going to put that underneath this memoir map. Call it health factors. I'll just put that there. Now this is probably where, for the characters that are going to pop in here, this is probably where I would put this here as part of some of the notes here as well. Whether I put it in here first up, because that's what my memories are, or no, look, I'm going to leave it out of the characters. I'm going to put it here in the health factors there. As you can tell, I can order these in a different capacity of out or in. You just pull it out to the side if you're wanting it. Oh God, no, I'm putting it up here under that. No, I had it where it was. Oh God, now I can't get it.
Tony Short's Neat Video.
Right, looks like I'm going to need to mute. I'm going to ring you back after I've finished my live stream. Okay?
Yeah.
Righto.
Yeah.
Bye. Sometimes life gets in the way, doesn't it? Now, I am doing this live. I have got the comments available there at some point, and you know, I know this is a bit bits and pieces, especially for a live stream to YouTube, but it's the part of it that I do definitely want to trial out and see what's happening here. And got to find where my comments are. There they are. Just in case someone does bring a comment on screen or not. Okay, so back here. Bullet points. So let's just go, I don't have to number them. Heavy coffee drinking in the early years got me resulted in a time where I was feeling the palpitations. Now, I'm just going to put that there because this actually relates to something that was further along in like the now, because right now, currently, I ended up getting diagnosed with atrial fibrillation in the end, and it wasn't quite so much the coffee drinking. It might not have helped, but the palpitations I was feeling in those younger adult years turned out in the more mature adult years that I actually have atrial fibrillation. So part of this is a bit of a warning too for anyone who's going through a lot of coffee and you start feeling what you think is palpitations, you know, the heart flutter racing, that type of thing. Go and get checked out, especially for your heartbeat, heart rate, that you possibly could have atrial fibrillation. Okay, so it resulted in a time where I was feeling the palpitations. I had always put it down to how much coffee I was drinking and didn't even think about getting it checked up, getting it checked by a doctor. It was only a faster heart rate than normal for a short time, because I was at that time a lot lighter in weight and generally fit and healthy. We were doing a lot of packaging of the manure products, which was quite labour intensive. So again, I just put it down to the amount of physical work we were doing at the time as well. Manure. It's funny how the N is close to the space bar there. So, something on my keyboard. Now, let's have another look. So I'm going to just put it down. Right. Around about the 19... I can't quite remember. I know it's 1912. 19... trying to think what year it was. 1996. Not long after we'd bought Kangaroo Island land property station. We were doing some cattle work up in the yards, and I began feeling the palpitations a lot more severely, to the point that I went back to the house to rest. I'm pretty sure it was. The heart rate stayed elevated for an extended period of time before I decided that I needed an ambulance. One was duly called. Now that was actually not 96. I finished ambulance, started in 2007, so that would have been 2000. 99, I reckon. Because I was already in ambulance service then. So I reckon that was 2000. Right, this is where I've got to look it up, so I'm going to highlight that one so I can look that up later. Okay. One was duly called, and as it was a half-hour wait at least, I learnt that did I learn the lesson of earlier calling as soon as possible? Just going to half an hour wait at least, and then the return trip to the hospital in Kingscote. Wasn't it I did, it was I learnt the lesson of needing to do the 000 calling as soon as possible. Okay. I ended up staying in the hospital for a couple of days from memory. That is when I was diagnosed with atrial fibrillation. Okay. Now, I don't need to go into details of what else I had as follow-up, but for the fact of quite a few years later needing to have an ablation because the occurrences became more frequent and heart rate was more erratic. That seemed to have solved most of the problem. Right, so that's one of the, now here I'm just using this one as the ideas there while I'm putting them down. So here we are with the getting in tune with the body. Now, I've always had an issue with weight and managing that part of living in this body. Was a fortunate and that in the earlier years I was able to succeed at diets for relatively long-ish periods of time. Some of that, and I'm just wondering, is there, it just came as a thought, is there an actual text, speech to text mode that I can use rather than typing? I have a funny feeling there is, probably not within this here at all. I'm just trying to think, is there a way of checking that out? Just going to put that in the way. I don't know that there is here. Might look that one up at some point. Okay. So I'm actually going to leave this here at the moment. Right. I'm actually going to leave that there at the moment, and it's gone off the screen share, so just checking that. Yes, output device. Okay. I am going to leave that now where it is. You've got enough of a gist of that one, and right at the moment I'm starting to run out of puff. Like, sometimes my health issues do go a bit up and down, and right at the moment I'm starting to feel out of puff. So I'm leaving it there. I'll take it up in a more organised way next week, and hopefully it will be in better flow. The more I do with these, the better I'll get. And the same as anything that we do, the more we practice and do things, the better. I'll hopefully be able to suss out whether I can do dictation to text direct into Scrivener, or whether I can do it via a Google Doc or something else to then transpose that, like, copy paste it into Scrivener as just the finished text. I'm going to investigate a bit of that, so we can probably have a look at that next week as well together, or on the Wednesday night one, which is the Come Right With Me. So we'll have a look-see then. I'm going to leave it there for now. So thank you for joining, even if it's as the replay. And see you either next Wednesday for the Come Right With Me, or for the following Sunday, this one, the book Nook section for the memoir. Okay?